You rehearsed a sentence in your head before you said it. You checked someone's face after you spoke to see if it landed. You changed your mind about something you wanted because of how it would look. That's not humility, that's a leash. And you're holding the other end. 2,000 years ago, a man born into slavery in Rome worked out something most free people never do. His name was Epictetus. He owned nothing. His body wasn't his name wasn't his, and he built a philosophy so durable that a Roman emperor kept his words beside his bed. What he understood was simple, and most people get it exactly backwards. Your reputation was never yours. It never was. It lives in other people's heads, and you have no access to it. And in the next 10 minutes, you'll get the Stoic method for cutting that cord, where the fear comes from, why it's built on a category error, and a one-week drill that makes social anxiety lose most of its grip. Start with why this has such a grip on you. It isn't weakness. It's older than that. For most of human history, exclusion from the group was a death sentence. No tribe meant no food, no shelter, no protection. So your nervous system learned to treat disapproval as danger. A frown reads like a threat. Being laughed at registers somewhere near being hunted. The Stoics didn't have that language, but they saw the pattern. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself about how strange it is that we love ourselves more than others, yet care more about their opinion of us than our own. He wasn't scolding himself, he was noticing a bug. Here's what matters. The fear is real, but the threat is not. Nobody is going to leave you on a hillside because you said something awkward in a meeting. Your body is running software written for a world that no longer exists. You don't fix this by arguing with the feeling. You fix it by seeing where it came from, so it stops feeling like a verdict about you. It's a smoke alarm. It goes off for burnt toast. Next time you feel that hot flush of self-consciousness, say one sentence in your head. This is an old alarm, not new information. Don't argue with it. Just name it and keep going. Once you see the alarm for what it is, the next question is what you were ever actually holding. Epictetus opens his handbook with one division, and everything else hangs off it. Some things are up to you, some things are not. Up to you, your judgments, your intentions, what you choose to pursue, what you choose to avoid. That's a short list. It's also the entire list. Not up to you. Your body, your property, your position, and he names it directly, your reputation. Read that again. In the founding sentence of Stoic practice, reputation is filed under not yours. Not yours if you work hard enough, not yours if you're likable enough, not yours ever. Think about what a reputation actually is. It's a picture of you that exists inside another person's skull. It's built from their mood, their history, their bad day, the last thing they read, and about 4 seconds of contact with you. You are one small input into a machine you cannot see and cannot touch. So when you try to manage your reputation, you're trying to operate someone else's mind, remote control. Of course, it makes you anxious. You've taken responsibility for an outcome you have no mechanism to produce. This isn't giving up. It's putting your effort where it can actually land on your conduct, which is yours completely. Write down one thing you're currently anxious about. Draw a line down the middle. Left side, what you control here. Right side, what you don't. Be strict. Most of what's on the left will be your own behavior, and almost nothing else. Epictetus didn't just theorize about this. He got to test it in public. Epictetus told his students something that sounds harsh until you sit with it. If you want to live this way, expect to be laughed at. Prepare for it before it happens. Decide in advance that mockery is part of the cost. He wasn't being dramatic. He was a lame ex-slave teaching aristocrats that their status was worthless. People sneered. He knew they would. His response is the part worth stealing. When someone insulted him, he didn't defend himself. He said something closer to, "If he really knew me, he'd have listed more faults than that." No counterattack, no wounded explanation. He simply declined to treat the insult as a claim requiring a response. That's the move. Most social pain doesn't come from the criticism itself. It comes from the frantic internal defense you launch afterward. The replaying, the imagined comebacks, the 3-day argument you conduct alone in your kitchen. Epictetus skipped that entirely. Not by being tough, but by not accepting the premise that someone else's opinion needed his participation. Here is the test. When someone laughs at you, notice the gap between what happened and what you did with it. Someone made a noise, you built a courtroom. The next time you're criticized, respond with 4 words and nothing more. You might be right. Then stop talking. Don't explain. Don't defend. Watch how fast the moment loses its charge, for them and for you. If you've made it this far, you're already doing the harder half of this, sitting with an uncomfortable idea instead of scrolling past it. Subscribe if you want more of that. This channel is one idea from the Stoics made usable every week, so if most opinions don't deserve your energy, the obvious question is which ones do. Not caring what anyone thinks is a bad goal. It's not wisdom, it's just a different kind of damage. Seneca kept a small circle deliberately. He wrote to Lucilius about choosing carefully who you let close, because the people around you shape what you become. The Stoic position was never ignore everyone. It was choose deliberately, then stop auditing the rest. So do the audit. Take a piece of paper and write down every person whose opinion currently has weight in your decisions. Everyone. The colleague, the group chat, the relative who comments on everything, the stranger who might see the post. Now, cut it down using 2 questions. 1. Does this person want good things for me? 2. Do they know what they're talking about in this area? Both, or they're off the list. You'll usually end with 3 to 5 names, sometimes fewer. That's normal, and it should feel slightly uncomfortable. Everyone else still matters as a human being. They just don't get a vote on your life. There's a difference between treating someone with respect and handing them authority over your choices. Most people collapse those 2 things and spend their lives being governed by an audience they never appointed. Write the list. Actually, write it. Then look at how much of your recent anxiety came from people who didn't make the cut. Understanding this changes nothing on its own. The Stoics were clear that philosophy is a practice, not an opinion. The Stoics practiced discomfort on purpose. Seneca set aside days to eat plain food and sleep rough so he could ask himself, is this the thing I was afraid of? The answer was usually no. You can do the same thing with social fear, and it works faster than you'd expect because the fear is untested. You've spent years avoiding the situation, which means you've never collected any evidence about what actually happens. So, collect some. Here's a 1-week drill. Every day, do one small thing that risks looking slightly foolish. Not dangerous, not cruel, just mildly exposed. Ask a question in a room where everyone else is silent. Send the message without rewriting it 4 times. Order something wrong on purpose and correct it out loud. Sit alone at a restaurant with no phone. Wear the thing you like that you think is too much. Then, immediately after, write 1 line. What did I predict and what actually happened? By day 4, you'll notice something. The gap between prediction and reality is enormous, and it's always in the same direction. The catastrophe never arrives. People are far less interested in you than your nervous system insists. That's not an insult, it's a release. Their attention was never on you the way you imagine. It was always mostly on themselves. Pick one. Do it today, not tomorrow. Write the prediction before and the outcome after. 1 week of this does more than a year of reading about it. Do this long enough and something shifts that isn't about confidence at all. There's a version of this that goes wrong, so name it clearly. Some people stop caring what others think by becoming hard. They stop listening. They call rudeness honesty. They mistake being disliked for being right. That's not freedom. That's just a smaller cage with the door painted differently. Marcus Aurelius ran an empire. He was criticized constantly by people with real power to hurt him. His answer wasn't to armor up. It was to keep asking one question. Is what they're saying true? If yes, fix it. If no, continue. Either way, no wound, because the criticism was being evaluated, not absorbed. That's what unbothered actually means. Not numb, not defended, just no longer treating other people's judgments as facts about you. You can be disliked and undamaged at the same time. Those were never the same event. Someone dislikes you, that happens in them. You get damaged, that happens in you, and only if you sign for it. The Stoics called this self-mastery, and it's the least dramatic thing in the world. It looks like a person who hears criticism, considers it briefly, and continues. No flinch, no speech, no 3 days of replaying it. When something stings today, ask Marcus's question before anything else. Is it true? Answer honestly, then act on the answer instead of the feeling. If you keep one thing, keep this. Your reputation was never yours. It lives in other people, built from material you'll never see, and every hour you spend defending it is an hour spent working on something you don't own. What you own is your conduct, that's it. That's the whole estate. And it turns out to be enough, because it's the only part anyone ever actually respected in the first place. Epictetus died with no property, no status, and no reputation he'd tried to protect. Marcus Aurelius, who had all three, kept his book by the bed.